want to just to share with you a short idea on today's Daf Taanis Yud Zayin Amud Beis. So the Gemara records a fasting statement by Rav Ashi, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, about 10 lines down from the top on 17b. Rav Ashi says as follows: Shtuye yayin de machli avoda gazur rabbanon purei roshta lo machli avoda lo gazur bahu rabbanon. So Rav Ashi makes the following distinction. There are two different things that could disqualify the sacrificial service of a Kohen. Number one is if he drank a revius of wine. If he drank a certain amount of wine, so by definition that precludes him from performing the avoda. Another disqualification could be if he doesn't follow what we'll call Kohanic grooming habits. A Kohen is obligated to cut his hair on a frequent basis, and if he does not follow these grooming rules, it also is a prohibition. Rav Ashi makes the following distinction. Rav Ashi says, however, if a Kohen does the avoda, performs the sacrificial service, after having consumed wine, the avoda is invalid. However, if he went ahead and was in violation of the grooming rules and did the avoda is not invalidated. In other words, that he's done something wrong, but the avoda itself is not invalidated. I was thinking that there's a fascinating distinction between the two things, which is that when one consumes wine affects internal change. Like Chazal tell us, Nichnas yayin yatsa sod. Wine comes in, the secrets come out. Interestingly enough, when a person doesn't follow grooming habits, that changes my externalities, but does not impact who I am on the inside. And perhaps that's what Rav Ashi is saying. Rav Ashi says that when it comes to yayin, the machli avoda, if a person goes out and drinks wine, meaning a person undergoes some type of internal change, a person compromises themselves internally, machli avoda, they could invalidate their avoda, their spiritual service. But Peru'e Rosh, a person doesn't cut his hair. It's something external, lo machli avoda. The avoda does not become chulin. It does not become invalidated. And perhaps Rav Ashi is not just teaching us a lesson when it comes to the Kohanim, but Rav Ashi is also teaching us a lesson when it comes to life. That we all make mistakes. And there are different kinds of mistakes. There are certain mistakes that fundamentally change who I am, like the consumption of wine, that fundamentally changes the Kohen. So certain mistakes in life fundamentally change who I am. And sometimes when I undergo that negative fundamental change, the machli avoda, ultimately again, it could impact my avodas Hashem. And sometimes even things that I try to do that are holy, sometimes don't come out that way because of the negative personalistic changes I have made. On the other hand, there are other types of mistakes, and those mistakes are only have an external impact, kind of like the unkempt hair of the Kohen. Those things that have an external impact but don't impact me internally, they don't make the avodah chulin. They don't compromise my avodas Hashem. Two different types of life mistakes. There's shtuye yayin mistakes, which are the kind of mistakes that fundamentally change who I am, and those mistakes could even make my avodah chulin. And then there are external mistakes. Baruch Hashem, mistakes nevertheless, but Baruch Hashem, they don't invalidate my avodah. They don't make my avodah chulin. And I think it's incredible. We've seen this Gemara over the course of Chanukah, because Rav Kook, Rav Avnei Cohen Kook, the Kaddish Levrach, explains that one of the major messages of Chanukah is found in the fact that the Chashmonaim found one untainted jug of oil. He says that one untainted jug of oil represents the neshama, the ruchnius of a Jew. That no matter how many mistakes I make in life, there's always that little piece of me that remains untainted. There's always that little piece of me that remains spiritually intact. And it's from that one little untainted piece, from that one little preserved piece of holiness, that I could rekindle my entire spiritual identity the way the Maccabim, the way the Chashmonaim rekindled the menorah in the Beis HaMikdash. So it turns out that even if a person makes shtuye yayin mistakes, right? Even if a person makes the kind of mistakes that fundamentally change who I am internally, maybe they make my avodah chulin in the short term, but in the long term, even if I've done something that changes me internally, I could find my pachshem and I could find my cruse of oil to relight my spark, to reignite my avodas Hashem, and to come back to the Ribbon Shalom. I'm wishing everyone a wonderful day.